What's up, everybody? As you see in the last video, I subjected myself to being made fun of by the internet, which I guess is deserving with Riz that bad. But one thing I'd just like to call attention to is how horrible I am at commentary, so I figured I might as well just keep making commentary videos about random stuff. Just probably telling, like, school stories or experiences at school. Because the whole last video was sort of, it reminds me of that, like, watching back on it, it reminds me of that meme of that little kid trying to rehearse lines off of his, trying to memorize lines on a TV show. And he was just saying, you ever have a dream where you just do it so bad? Yeah, that was pretty much me the entire whole last video, and I think I could definitely get better at commentary videos. Because the more I make them, the better I'll get at them. So, starting off, the speedrun is pretty standard, just buried treasure. Now, there will be something interesting you'll notice when we enter the nether, that this is not like your traditional Minecraft speedrun. There's a little bit of a twist. But yeah, the first one I'd just like to say is some crazy shit has been happening at school. I think last year one kid brought out a pocket knife and threatened to stab some students over handball lines. And he threatened to stab some of the teachers out of just a fit of rage is what I imagine. But yeah, he got expelled. But somehow he came back to the school, to our school, somehow. I guess no other school wanted to take him, which is self-explanatory. I guess no one wants a crazy deranged psychopath that's gonna snap at like this tiniest inconvenience to him, like thinking the handball lines are incorrect or something like that. But yeah, just entering the nether here, standard 2x1 magma ravine. I've gotten pretty good at those lately. So if I were to hurry up and enter the nether, as you can see, spawn into fortress, and I get a bastion spike pretty close. Now I'm thinking, maybe this is a bastion, maybe they are intersected somewhere, because I'm in the bad part of the fortress, and I thought maybe it stretches over to the good half. Now I was thinking of doing bastion first, like if it was close enough, just run over there and, you know, do it standard. And then, but slowly here, you'll start to see that I can't really find the bastion, because it was not a bastion. It was close, but they weren't intersecting, and I had to, like, dig through a wall to get it. As you can see here, I'm just sending it. And end up digging into another part of the bad side of the fortress. And I hear blaze crackles, so I was thinking, yeah, I should probably play fort first. And then I see the spawner here, and it's like, yep, doing fort first. Now, I probably should have crafted a shield faster in hindsight, but I didn't think I had the materials to. I definitely thought I only had, like, 21 wood, which is normally how much I have. But in a minute here, you'll see that I'll craft a shield because I realized I have enough iron and enough wood to do it, which probably would have been smarter, so then I wouldn't have to waste my food here. I noticed the bastions in that direction, so I'm sort of just mapping out now. While changing my render, I see 2 blazes through the wall, thinking I should probably go on 5 and just hope one of those drop a rod, which is what I end up doing later on. Yeah, the next experience in school, I guess, was there's our vice principal. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to say his name, but I'm just going to make up a name for him. Mr. D, okay? His name's Mr. D, we'll call him that. And he is a pretty chill guy. He looks pretty intimidating when you walk up to him, but he really doesn't care, like one of my friends swore at the old-ass librarians that are at our school. They're a little of a old battle axe, you know, they're pretty mean. They're not very nice. Well, sometimes they are nice, but that's rare. And he didn't really care. Like, he just said, yeah, don't do it again, don't piss them off. But the one thing he gets pissed off so much at is when people damage the toilets. I'm not kidding, that's where he draws the line, is the shitter getting damaged. And he showed so many images of, one of them, they just ripped the whole fucking seat off. I have no idea how they were able to do that. They came in here with stupid strength. Another one was where the toilet paper thing was ripped off and it was inside the toilet somehow. I mean, I've found so many different things inside of that shitter. I've seen a whole apple, I've seen someone's hat. I even saw a vape in there once, which was interesting. Another picture he showed was this cubicle that just had toilet paper as the floor. Like someone literally did a whole new tiling job with the freaking shit paper, but I don't know why. I found this so funny. I was trying so hard to hold in a laugh. Now, the problem is, even if you aren't the one who did it, if you laugh, they're going to suspect that you did it and just give you the punishment regardless. Plus, it also just shows how flawed the school system is, and they say that if you get called out by a teacher and if you get called to do a punishment, you do the punishment first before pleading your case. kind of flawed logic. Like, if you think about it, if someone murdered someone and got the death penalty, or if someone allegedly murdered someone and got the death penalty and they didn't actually murder them, then how are they going to plead their case after they're dead? I mean, are they just going to bring their ashes to a courtroom meeting? Now here, entering the bastion, I think it's treasure, and it actually turns out to be treasure because of the big cube part, and also like the way the entities were spaced out. When I was changing my render, I could see through the wall. Now here I'm sort of panicking because I thought there was a crossbow guy, but maybe there was a sword guy. Almost hit me off, and then almost pushed me off, the fat ass. And then I soon just find the bridge part and just start a traditional treasure route. Now, in my head I'm thinking this could be PB pace, you know, if I get all the trades I need to. But I don't really get that good luck with treasure, and I normally tend to not get all the trades that I need. So I was sort of thinking, yeah, maybe I could play off Tenobi. Now, as you'll see, when I get to the top of this bastion, I actually F3C my ninja brainbot, and it does show that there is a high likelihood of me getting a close blind in this certain part of the nether here. Alright, story number 3. There was this woman at our school who is a tree hugger. I don't want to be called plantist? Plantophobic? I don't know what the right term is, but that was this tree hugger, right? And she thinks trees have feelings, and she meant this. She fully meant this. I'm actually not kidding you in this scenario here. So one of my friends, he drew a circle on a tree. Now, you know how teenage boys are. You know how he's gonna draw a phallic object on the side of the tree, but it was only a circle when the teacher came over. She got so mad, and she sent him to the office for scratching a tree. And then when he got to the office, he told me that all of the people in the staff were so confused, like, no, just go. That's a stupid reason. We'll talk to that teacher soon. And then as she was walking away, we started talking about some other stupid topic. I don't know, some thing or controversy that was happening in the internet at the time. I think Thick of It came out at the time, and we were just roasting that. And we started laughing, and the teacher came back over and said, "Don't you dare talk about me behind my back." So we're all really confused, right? And we're trying to say, no, we were talking about something else. But she didn't care. She went off on us, and she was like, "If I catch you talking about me behind my back again, you're gonna face some consequences." And we're like, okay. A little bit of a hollow threat coming from a tree hugger, but whatever. And then fast forward to the lunch break, we're talking about her again. Now, she's on lunch duty right around where we are, which is pretty unfortunate. But she hears us laughing about something again, and she just automatically assumes we're talking about her. So she comes up, yells at us again, and then walks away. I talk about another thing, starts laughing again, and then she just automatically presumes we're making fun of her again. So I get sent to the office. Well, actually, she escorted me over to the office, and then we had like this conversation where she just broke down in tears about how kind of a person she is and shit like that. It's really pathetic. You know, if someone who's actually kind is not going to go around wearing it like a badge, like a Boy Scout badge, just like, "I'm one of the kindest people you'll ever meet. If you see an old woman struggling to get across the street with her stroller and her back fucking bent like a taco, I'm gonna be going over there and helping her. You know, that's the type of person I am." And then she, like, immediately goes back from stopping crying to immediately just yelling at me again. We end off in good terms. Now I can tell she's pretty manipulative from that encounter that I had. Felt like encountering some sort of third kind. But anyway, end on good terms. And what was kind of annoying is that during the conversation we had, some of my friends came up behind her. Okay, that sounds really weird. No, they were, like, quite a far way down the hallway, like, in the direction that I was facing, like, behind the teacher. And they started just making stupid faces, and I was trying so hard to keep a straight face, man. It was so annoying. But yeah, just shows that some teachers are just there to make the kids' lives worse, and they don't actually care about teaching, and they just care about the money. Which I think is kind of contradictory. I mean, other than wanting to let your anger out on a bunch of teenagers, I don't see why you'd want to teach for the money. Because as far as I'm aware, teachers don't get paid that much, which is pretty sad because they do play a pretty valuable part in this society nowadays. Anyway, entering the stronghold, like a 916 stronghold as I see a spike that I like, and I go down the center here. Now I actually screw up this nav pretty badly, and oh no, wait, if this is, oh no, this is not the run I was thinking about. I was thinking about a different one. But anyway, it's perfect. It's a 1-eye. Well, it's a 3-eye actually. And I'm sort of like really nervous here because this is PB pace, right? And what you'll actually hear later on is that my mum comes into my room saying it's time for me to get off because it's like 8:30 and she wants me to go to bed. And I'm like, "No, please, I'm on a good run." She's like, "I don't care." which is just average parents, I guess. Now I get caged 058, and this is a back dragon. It's back cage, I'm pretty sure. So I'm just really fucking nervous. I mess up throwing the pearl. I miss right click. I forgot I already did a settings change, fiddling around trying to get the hitboxes out. See, I'm pearling to the back. I need to eat a cod because otherwise I'm gonna die. And I see the dragon's pretty low down, so I'm like, maybe I could push 91. So I push 91, struggling to get the obsidian out of my inventory, and the dragon's no longer there. So yeah, pretty tragic. Probably would have been like a 10-4x time, something around that. Pretty unfortunate.
Okay, sorry, I was on PB
But I was thinking,
pace.
oh, maybe insta-perch? Nah, definitely no insta-perch. So I set up for traditional one cycle, and I just go down sort of head in hands.
Oh, well, I could get a run
Really
out of this,
sad.
maybe.
But I do end up getting a pretty fast run out of this, and the dragon does perch pretty quickly,
Oh,
so
that would have been so good.
you'll see that. It'll turn in
But I had
pretty
this
soon.
one caged, and it was
Yeah,
back.
now I'm just sort of thinking, damn it, bro. Like,
Yeah,
I choked
could
it.
have gotten to 91, possibly.
And then as you can see, it's turning in. I was like, screw you, man.
Hey, nice, like 11:30.
I mean, fast run, so free footage, but it's still a little bit of salt in the wound. Now, actually screw up this one cycle, as you can see.
Like 30 seconds.
Watch this. Breaks bed. Unfortunately, luckily I had like 50 million beds, so I don't count. Now, here's a big brain moment. Watch me place this bed on the fire. Boom. And I honestly don't know how it killed the dragon with that. That was like a 50 damage bed just like placed underneath its head. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this run. I can taste PB coming pretty soon because the last
how that bed did so
3
much damage.
endenters, one of them was 945, it was 058 back 100 and couldn't do it. And then the next one was choked 0 and this one was just dragon flew on 0. So yeah, think I'll be able to PB soon, but yeah, hopefully this was better than my last commentary video. See you guys.